booties for black girl nerds.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Nice covered wagons you got there behind you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We just jumped out of them. Sit down.
I appreciate your time. These are some fascinating women who are really laying a lot of groundwork for their future, the future generation, beginning with you, Faith. These women are tasked, as usual, with double duty, supporting the family, but still being brave in this uncharted territory in just unprecedented times. What do you think is the harder journey for the women during this period? The actual physical journey to a new destination, or arriving there and having to build something from scratch for a whole family and not just themselves?
That's a very good question. I think we're still on that journey. We're literally still filming, and it is all very difficult. I really can't say which one is harder than the other, because there comes a point after we have gotten off the train that you realize, well, that I realize as my character, going into the unknown, entirely the unknown, like really not knowing what's going to happen. Yes, we have the skill of riding horses. Yes, the skill of wagons, which is, something I had to learn. But when the fact is we're trying to find a place to settle, because it's a dream of James, my husband, Isabel's father. And, you just stick together as a family, and we've gone through, and will be going through, have gone through, and will continue to, challenging times, life, death, just about all of it's hard. Honestly, mentally and physically, it's all very, very hard and very difficult, and have a new respect for those that actually made the journey and settled. We haven't settled yet, so we're not there yet.
Just the idea that, I get freaked out by potholes in the road. So just the idea of a wagon going over this uncharted terrain is just very, very daunting to me. Mm-hmm. Isabel, for you, even within this, you're the next generation of the family that's making the journey. How does the next generation become better by seeing? We know how the family will ultimately become in the other show, but this is the pre to that. So how does even Isabel how do you even make the journey better for them, for the women who are coming in the future?
Well, I think, here's the thing. I can't take credit for this character that I get to play. I give that credit to Taylor. He created a really remarkable young woman. And the fact that I have the luxury to portray her, it's really hard for me to wrap my mind around every day that I get to do this. But what I try to contribute to it is just resolve, strength of character, and a spirit, just a love for the world around her, a desire to experience new things and learn about people, and the fact that she wants to taste the wind, she wants to revel in the water, she wants to really soak up everything around her, and hopefully that rubs off and people can appreciate it and want to live that, and experience things more to the fullest. I feel like we're all staring down at these little screens in our hands all day.
Yeah.
And I've had the luxury of looking around and seeing the most beautiful scenery I ever have in my life. So I want to do that more. And I think other people should do that as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. Why, thank you, ladies. This is a very exciting show. I thank you for talking to me about it. Take care.
Thank you. Have
so
a good
much.
one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Tim, for your time. Nice covered wagons there in the background.
Right. I thought I'd gotten away from them for a day, but here they are.
Here they are again. Thank you. With this origin story, we get to learn about the history of the Duttons and this migration, and to set that that stage, they're on this journey from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. Do you think, what is more daunting for this family, the journey in itself or the destination, if we don't know the history of what they're going to evolve to?
The journey, for sure. I think the journey, the journey is the story, really. I mean, it was such a difficult time period, and these people had so much fortitude and courage to take off and tackle this journey that they took on. I mean, it was not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It was, I mean, when you see these wagons, they're amazingly small when you first see them, and all the stuff that's packed into it. And then you see, you're covering, I don't know what 2,800 miles or something like that. And you don't know where you're going. You have people who have never shot a gun before, who've never driven wagons before, who've never ridden a horse before. And they take off on this journey. To me, it's really a story of the American spirit, and the story of why and how these people took off to find a new promised land, really and truly. And I couldn't have made it a week. I mean, if you would have put me in one of those wagons and put me in that situation, I think I would have gone about a week and would have went, this is a pretty good place right here. I think I'll stay, because it was next to impossible for people to make it, and the people that did were really, really tough.
It's a tough road. I mean, I just think of just the wagons in themselves. We get annoyed with if there's a pothole in the street and, the car goes over the pothole. But these people are traversing all these many miles. And it makes me think of when you go for Thanksgiving and the table's all laid out, but no one saw the work that went into the dinner. Now that we see the evolution of this family, does that ultimately make them more admirable? How does that add to their legacy, the legacy that the fans who are coming from the original show will now see the basis in this show?
Well, I think what you're going to see is you're going to see where the family traits come from. You're going to see certainly a strong gene line of the fortitude, the strength, the stoicness, some of the craziness, that you're going to see, some of the wildness. Then you'll see all of that translates into why people like Yellowstone so much, and you'll understand where some of the Yellowstone characters' traits come from when you see this show. I mean, there's definitely a direct line drawn in the gene pool from the modern Yellowstone family to the Duttons of 1883.
For sure. And lastly, or just for costuming on stage, did you wear your own boots? Or did you have to get boots from the department?
Those are period boots, but they're pretty comfortable. I've gotten used to them, but I like them. I might save them in case I need to use them again next year or for some other Western or something down the road, because they're pretty comfortable. They worked out pretty good. But the costume has been fantastic. I mean, there's nothing better than to put your costume on and walk on set and get an hour early and then walk right before the sun comes up and walk around these wagons and sort of put yourself into that world. It's pretty spectacular. I mean, it's pretty easy to get in that mindset with the costuming and the set design.
That's awesome. Well, I thank you, sir, kindly for your time. Thank you. Looking forward to the premiere, and I know the fans are going to love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, well, I guess we will start. Thank you so much for your time. This is interesting. Prequel shows are interesting when you can migrate a fan base that already exists. It doesn't have the daunting task of cultivating an entirely new fan base. When you look at the journey of the Duttons and your character, Thomas, and these people are making this journey across country, what do you think is the most daunting part of this for all these people? Is it the journey or is it the destination, since both are completely unknown of what they're going to encounter in the season?
It's definitely the journey. It's getting from A to B. It's the conditions. It's man versus man, man versus himself, and man versus nature. Nature, it seems like, it's trying to kill you at every turning point, no matter where you go, whether it's the weather, whether it's the horses, whether it's the cattle, whether it's snakes, whether it's so much against you that anyone that does survive getting to where they're going, they're tougher for it, and they've earned it.
Mm-hmm. Thomas is encompassed in this group of people, which is interesting time where people like us were not experiencing life in their fullest, I guess you could say. It was a tough time for Black people. How does Thomas navigate through this community, these people, as they journey to this new place? How is he able to find his footing with these people?
I love that Taylor wrote this character to be a strong, Black cowboys were underrepresented in this genre for years and still are. But to bring this character to life was so important to me, and to tell this story, usually in these, like the bonanzas and the gun smokes and the wagon trains, like there would be a black character just passing through or there for something specific, and then he's gone. Like, where'd he come from? Does he have a family? Where'd he go? Like, what's his deal? What's his background? And Thomas, the story arc where it's going was traditionally given to the people that didn't look like us back in the day or now in this genre. So it's important to me to tell this story. And it's, him and Shay, Thomas and Shay have this great relationship, and they get each other. They know each other. They have history together. And everyone they come across, Thomas has this code. He lives by this code. If you cross his code, you feel his wrath, there hasn't been times in the past where if you cross a Black man's code in the 1800s, where he has a badge, he has a gun, and he's a big, tough dude, and you don't want to cross him. And Thomas has all that. And, it's going to be interesting to see how people, how they take to it over the course of the season.
I like that. And it needs that dose of realism. And it's not just a gratuitous, oh, let's just pluck the Black guy in there. It is an underrepresented group of people that will get some light shined upon in this season. So I thank you for that. Absolutely. Lastly, it's a lot of daunting costuming and just being out there to film this sort of thing. For the shoes, did you keep the period boots? Are you going to rock the boots?
We're still shooting. Monday morning, we're right back at it. We're still going. And I told wardrobe a few things might come up missing. If it does, talk to my stunt double. He did it, because I'm taking some of my stuff home. Yeah.
We'll just wait for Halloween on Instagram. So if it's looking too tight on Instagram, we know what happened.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
Well, I thank you. I enjoyed you in this role, and I enjoyed the strength of your character and holding it down for Black cowboys in this era. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much for your time today, and looking forward to a great season.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for Black girl nerves.